5 years ago, I started working at her mom's company, Jenner Communications, and I would see Kylie there all the time because it was her mom's office. And I remember, it's funny, I saved my number in her phone as Victoria the Princess.
The life of Kylie Jenner's personal assistant. We all know that after Kim, it's Kylie who is the most famous Kardashian-Jenner sister. With Kylie Cosmetics and being a mom to adorable Stormi, this 22-year-old billionaire needs all the attention and help she can get. And that's where her assistant, Victoria Villarroel, comes in. While Victoria has been seen several times on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, fans don't really know a lot about Kylie's assistant. Join us to see the life of Kylie Jenner's personal assistant. Who is Victoria Villarroel? With over 1.3 million Instagram followers, Victoria is undoubtedly one of the most famous personal assistants in the world. The 27-year-old first started working for the Kardashian-Jenners in 2015. But let's take a look at her life before she became Kylie's trusted assistant. The Venezuelan native Victoria has traveled the world before she landed her breakout job. In her childhood and teens, she had lived in Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago, and Texas. But just like any other artist trying to make it big in Hollywood, Victoria finally moved to Los Angeles. She graduated from the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising and started working soon after. But how exactly did she land such an incredible job? Kris's intern. Before Victoria was Kylie's assistant and one of her closest friends, she was actually Kris Jenner's intern. You can imagine how hard it is to get close to the Kardashian family. With all their secrets and controversial reputations, these sisters don't trust just anybody. So whoever becomes a team member at the Kardashian-Jenner family needs to be trustworthy. Victoria managed to get an interview with Kris through her close connections. When she was finally hired, she started out as just an intern. She had to make sure that the rooms looked clean and that the camera caught the best shots during filming the reality show. And that's how she met Kylie. The billionaire mogul would often visit her mom's office, getting to know Victoria little by little. Madrid and LA. When Victoria graduated from university, she was already working for Jenner Communications. But instead of sticking around the sisters, Victoria decided to live abroad in Madrid for a year. The thirst of Hollywood life was still present in Victoria, and she returned to LA only after a year of living abroad. When she came back, she asked Jenner Communications for a job, and that's when she was hired as Kylie's office manager. Similar to what she did as an intern, Villarroel had to clean up the office space, make sure foods and drinks were stacked up in the fridge, and most importantly, make sure the place looked spotless for cameras and flashing lights. After a couple of weeks on the job, Victoria finally got the job she is now known for. Kylie was in desperate need of an assistant, and as Victoria was already on the payroll, she moved on from Jenner Communications to being Kylie's personal assistant. Even though all the sisters knew Victoria, it was during her assisting days when Kylie and Victoria truly became best friends. Love life. Even if you have heard of Victoria, chances are you may not know that she was once engaged to a professional soccer player, Marco Lobo. Their engagement was so special that it was actually Kylie who planned and helped out with the whole surprise. This adorable pair was together for 5 years, but I guess all good things must come to an end because after years of dating, they ultimately broke up. He had to move to South America to play soccer or to coach soccer, and I didn't want to move. He was ready to settle and I wasn't. We broke up and he moved to South America. Victoria says it was the hardest decision of her life, but the pair are still very close friends and all they want is the best for one another. Kylie's assistant. Even though Victoria is now a close family friend and has every sister's trust, it didn't start off that way. The 27-year-old recalls her first day on the job. Her first encounter with Kylie was certainly not what she had hoped for, but no need to worry because these girls soon became inseparable. The first time Victoria went into Kylie's house, the billionaire mom was sleeping, and all she told Victoria was to do something. The confused assistant did not know what her boss wanted her to do, so she just asked Kylie several times to clear things up. In the end, Kylie got annoyed and went back to bed. But now, after years of loyal service and close friendship, Victoria and Kylie are not only known as close friends, but some even call her Kylie's twin. Kardashian secrets. Being so close to such an incredibly wealthy and powerful family can be nerve-wracking and anxiety-inducing. Not only did Victoria have to keep up with their crazy lifestyles and rules, but she also had to be the secret keeper. She remembers how one day, Kylie invited her to her room, shut the doors, and just spilled all her secrets in front of her. Victoria says this special moment was how they bonded and became more than just an assistant and a boss. According to sources, Victoria was one of the first people who found out about Kylie's very secretive pregnancy. If you keep up with the Kardashians, you may remember how Kylie went missing from the spotlight for a few months. No one saw her in public, and she wasn't posting as much on social media. In reality, the mogul was pregnant with her adorable Stormi and was locked up in the house, away from the paparazzi and extra attention. Imagine being an assistant and having to keep such a huge secret from the public. It must have been really difficult for Victoria. But now, after years of helping out Kylie get ready for red carpet looks, magazine photo shoots, and personal care, Victoria is undoubtedly very close to the Jenner sister. Kylie's twin. If you follow Kylie Jenner on her Instagram, chances are that you have come across a photo that features her loyal assistant. This is because these girls have become extremely close. From birthday parties to private vacations, Kylie and Victoria have traveled the world together, not as a boss and employee, but as best friends. These ladies are so tightly bonded, friends of the Kardashian-Jenner family even call her Kylie's twin. The 27-year-old was often Kylie's model when the cosmetics mogul was testing out and trying on her new makeup. If you have ever seen a hand displaying Kylie's new lipsticks or eyeshadows, chances are that hand belonged to Victoria. But in January of 2020, Victoria Villarroel made headlines when she quit being Kylie's assistant. All the tabloids wondered why such a loyal assistant would suddenly quit her job. There was a lot of speculations that something dramatic must have happened between the girls because it seemed like they were once inseparable. So why exactly did Victoria suddenly quit her famous job? Quit her job. When Victoria quit her job, many thought it had something to do with disloyalty or betrayal, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Victoria Villarroel opened up about her decision in the Girl Cult podcast. After 5 years, it was a long time. I learned so much and we have such a great relationship. I really do love her with all my heart. I want to find my passion and whatever makes me 100% happy and fulfilled. It was time to see what's next, said the former assistant. There is clearly no bad blood between Kylie and Victoria, as the ex-assistant posted a giant explanation on her Instagram stories. She explained how it was time to move on and pursue other things in life. Kylie showed her support to her friend by reposting the picture and adding, "I love you" in the caption. No matter if Victoria is Kylie's assistant or just a friend, there is no denying that these ladies have an incredible bond and have a friendship like no other. What's next for Victoria? So now that Victoria is no longer Kylie's assistant, what is the 27-year-old planning to do? According to sources and her close friend, Victoria always wanted to become a boss of her own. Ever since she was a teenager, she wanted to be the next Lauren Conrad, a famous fashion designer and entrepreneur. As of 2020, Victoria plans to continue her career in LA and become an Instagram influencer. She already has 1.3 million followers on Instagram, and with her impressive connections and close friends, there is no denying that Victoria will make it big on her own. The former assistant already has experience with the Hollywood lifestyle and knows what works with young audiences and fans. So it's safe to say that Victoria will succeed on her own path. She also has a sister, Sophia, who is also an aspiring influencer. The two Villarroel sisters were even featured in a Vogue Italia photo shoot and spread in 2019. So it's no surprise that these girls want to pursue the Instagram influencer lifestyle. No matter what Victoria Villarroel decides to do with her professional career, it's safe to say that Kylie and the whole Kardashian-Jenner family will be by her side. What do you think about Victoria? Do you follow her on Instagram? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from us. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.